Man, this one's late as well, but better late than never, so let's just get into it. So I got the chance to watch the fairy tale movie Dragon Cry in theaters like about 2 weeks ago, and oh my god, it's, as a fan, I just gotta say, it was fucking amazing. I loved it, I enjoyed every second of it, and it was just something that I was looking forward to for a long time, and it delivered on what it was, and it was just, you know, an action-filled, action-packed fairy tale movie. So what would you expect? Anything more? Nothing less? Action-packed, fan service, just a fun ride. Yeah, this is a fairy tale movie. Fairy tale movie doing what fairy tale does, being fairy tale. So I'm going to give a quick synopsis first, within the first few minutes of this, and then I'm going to talk about the actual movie and events that happened, so spoilers coming into that part, but this first part I will do spoiler free to the best of my can, and yeah, here we go. So fairy tale Dragon Cry follows Natsu and the gang as they are given a mission straight from the Kingdom of Fiora himself to retrieve the Dragon Cry staff, which is a staff of magical energy of unknown proportions, which has been stolen by a traitor of Fiora Kingdom. Now the traitor, you know, obviously, traitor falls from the title. He was did dirty by Fiora and felt the need to retaliate against them. And so he found out where the staff was. He took it to his new kingdom, part of Stella, which is an island kingdom, which does imports and everything of their, what do you call it, their resource, the Stella Crystal. And he chooses to aid them and, you know, have the staff with them is kind of their trump card against the world, against Fiora. Now, Natsu and the gang, obviously, like I said, they're given a mission from the King of Fiora himself to go and retrieve it, and that's where things get messy. Now, the art style for this, very fluid, very, very nice. Very well done for A1 Pictures. I mean, you see them, they do a lot of anime and this kind of waters down their style, but that is their style, watered down. But for this movie, it was pretty damn well done. It was very well done. I mean, many things that you see in the, I heard a lot of banging, but a lot of things you see in the fairy tale manga, you know, the fan service, the bounciness, all the bright beautiful colors, and all the backgrounds that are well detailed. They brought it to the table, they brought it to the table and put it into this one movie, and just makes you think, okay, so if these guys are doing the fairy tale for 2018, I hope they do it exactly like they did this movie, because that would make the final arc so much nicer looking. So great. And while 2014 did do the series justice, we know we want that fan service that this movie provided. Oh, but yeah, the fan service in this one was it was dialed up to 11. Those of you that there's a scene, oh man. And while that was one of the main points that I just wanted to bring about, it's just like, okay, I really like this. This just adds to it. It adds to the comedy, adds to the fan service, and you know, that's what fairy tale is. It's what it started to go into more and more after the Grand Magic games. And while it's not a main focus, it's there and it's enjoyable to be there, and it doesn't overpower the story or anything else. It's just like, okay, I'll enjoy this quick scene, whatnot, and yeah, fan service wise, animation. Very, very fluid, very solid, very nicely done. The shades, the tones, the animation itself, the backgrounds, the effects, very nice, very well put together, especially for fairy tale. And just like all the colors and everything, it makes it pop and makes you feel like this is a world of all its own, especially on the island they are, and with the island and the crystals and how they shine, everything. It just brings it to you and makes you think, wow, this is very nice. This is well made. Story-wise, like I kind of explained, you could just see it's like, okay, so you got a villain. He did a ting. Call him fairy tale, get back to ting, have some fights. It's you know, it's fairy tale, it's a generic ass plot line, but it's the journey along the way and how it's done, how it's pulled off and everything, so you can't really give him too much crap for that, because it's just the way a lot of things are done. Bad guy does thing, heroes come and save the day. Can't really complain, because if you're looking for something groundbreaking in fairy tale, it's just like, okay, what are you here for? Really, what are you here for? Voice acting. I saw this one dubbed, which was the only day the theater that was 3 hours away from me had it premiering. Oh, yeah, dedication to that. The drive back, not so fun. The circumstances that didn't involve it, but yeah, the dub, Voice acting, you know, it was done by Funimation. Funimation got the rights. Obviously, it's Fairy Tail. That's their thing. Brought in the old cast. Natsu's voice actor was pretty dope. Lucy's, there's a can't complain. Really can't complain. It's Funimation. It's Fairy Tail. They've been doing what, almost 300 plus episodes of Fairy Tail now. Obviously, they know what they're doing. They know what they brought to the table. It was nice. The voice acting, spot on. Now we're going into spoiler territory. If you're done, if you don't want to hear about spoilers, wait till the movie comes out. If you didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, stop right now. Thanks for coming. But either way, spoilers. Just like the original Fairy Tail series, missed potential, and man, just thinking about it. One of the main things I want to talk about right now is the missed potential, and this is Gray's demon slaying magic. We saw it for 5 seconds. He fought, what is that doll dude? He knocked out Juvia, you know. Juvia came in, stepped in, got in the way of Gray taking the hit, and Gray got pissed off, and I was so happy to see it go down like this, and just like, oh man, Gray's gonna do it. Gray's gonna do it. He's gonna do the thing. He's gonna do the dragon slaying magic. Not dragon slaying magic, demon slaying magic. And it's just like, okay, he's going after him, and he gets KO'd. He gets slapped down like a little bitch, and there goes demon slaying magic. What? That honestly legitimately pissed me off, and while I was watching it, I was in the movie, I was just like, Kate in. And it was slightly disappointing because like I really wanted to see what demon slaying magic could do at its potential and something other than the mainline Fairy Tail series, since it didn't really get its moment to shine in there either. So I was hoping to see something in this movie, but it didn't take that route, and that kind of sucked. It really did. But that's the way things go. I love seeing Wendy go Dragon Force mode. I mean, it's like, you see her doing that a lot more than others, and that's what I really like about Wendy's, because, you know, people think she's like the youngest Dragon Slayer, just air magic and everything, so she's not really someone to be messed with. But once she achieves that, and even when she's not using Dragon Force magic, she's still a beast when it comes down to it, when she needs to fight. And when she needs to fight, she'll bring the battle to you. You know, she'll bring some pain. But just the way they animated her, and this one was like, ooh, that looks nice, which, you know, pretty much complements my animation thoughts to this, and I was like, ooh, very well done. And it didn't last too long either. It lasted a lot longer than Gray's, but it was fun. But the people they're fighting against, the 3 stars that are on the Stella Island, the battle between them, just, you know, it was fun. We saw like a Natsu clone, kind of, just the way the dude acted, you know, the dude flying around the giant orb, and the battle between them, all the, you know, the main Fairy Tail cast, the Natsu's gang versus them, it was just kind of like that classic shonen battle. The antagonists come up, beat the crap out of them, go on their merry way. Protagonists show up, go after them, and beat the crap out of them. Simple formula. It was simple, and there was really no strategy behind it other than, you know, let's give it all we got. Here we go. Friendship power, and boom. Simple. Okay, sure. Yeah, I saw that coming. Nothing new there. And which is, you know, just adds to the Fairy Tail kind of thing. The main antagonist, Zash, now him, I can't really complain about him because, you know, like I said, he was a part of Fiora Kingdom. They did him dirty, he came back for vengeance, and he seemed like a pretty beast kind of antagonist. I mean, he's got his own, like, he practiced dark magics, and whatever he used aside from his eye magic, I would like to see a little more of, but, you know, he's gone now. But his eye magic was pretty cool, you know, he just took over someone's body and pretty much told them what to do. And that was like, huh. He made people, like, gut each other at the beginning of the movie, and you're just thinking, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and he's, you know, he's got his own agenda. He stole the Dragon Cry for Stella, but, you know, he had his own agenda to just pretty much wipe out Fiora and whoever else got in his way because the Dragon Cry had that much power in it. Now that scene where he, you know, kidnapped Lucy and found all those girls in his dungeon, look me straight in the eye and tell me that you didn't think this dude was some sort of fucking rapist. I mean, seriously, if it wasn't for practicing the dark arts and that he needed a blood sacrifice in a certain magical room, I don't think he actually did. He could have just went like, blip. Okay, I'm gonna use my magic now. He could have done that, but, you know, Hiro Mashima, he wrote the script and this is how he did it, so he needed it for his dark arts. Alright, he's not a complete creep. Well, he is a creep, so I can't really say anything about that. And the way he goes out was kind of funny, ironic. Just using the Dragon Cry staff and the power of hell just, you know, exploded on him and vaporized him. No more of him. It brought out the final boss, which was, you saw coming once you found out what was going on. So Stella, I love the plot twist that the movie, Hiro Mashima, whoever, came up with, that she was not actually who she was. That a lot of us didn't see it coming. I know I didn't see it coming. I can't really speak for everyone else, but I know I didn't see it coming. But just the fact that we see her and we're forced and we are told within the story to think that her and the king are different entities. Stella being the king's lackey, but in actuality they are both one and the same. And once Stella grabs the Dragon Cry and there's all these mirrors around her, and she turns around and we see the king in the mirror, and she's right there, and we find Natsu and Happy find her just like talking to herself and just like, oh, okay. And finding out that the king is actually a dragon, Animus, which took over her body when she was, you know, near death because something pretty cool, which I'll talk about later. But Stella, you know, holding Animus's body kind of like the same way Igneel and all the other dragons went inside their dragon slayers that come out at a different time. Only difference is Animus can't really escape Stella's body until Dragon Cry, he gets hold of it, and the ceremony happens where he can pop out and just like, okay, I'm free again, I can be free. And that's where the final boss comes in. And it was fun to see. And anybody else look at that tower and think, that dragon's causing a lot of damage, and that tower should have been falling down a long time ago with the amount of damage he's doing. But, you know, it didn't. Yeah, fuck it, why not? And Zash, you know, before being vaporized by the Dragon Cry, was actually able to control Animus. Now that kind of power, that's something else. You're thinking like, that's a fucking dragon. How powerful is this dude's black magic? And too bad he got tossed out the window and vaporized. But the dragon on his own, you know, he was trapped in a body for 400 years, and you know, he wanted out, and he was going to rain some destruction. Now, as he fought Natsu and as he impaled Natsu, we all knew it wasn't going to happen, but, you know, just the tension, the moment was there. We're like, oh man. Okay, how's he going to come back? But that final part where Natsu gets fired up, starts blazing up and everything. You know, he touched the Dragon Cry. He knew what was there. He knew what was going on. He knew all the dragon souls were there. And just the fact that he wanted to get rid of it and bring it back, return it home, you know, have nothing to do with it anymore. It was like, okay, this thing's a real deal. We can't have this running around. And the final part of the fight, where him fighting Animus, you know, him turning into half dragon mode, as we've seen through the poster, what hyped us up so far, and has they traded blows for a bit, and just like, ooh, nice, nice. It was so fucking hype. Oh, and it's kind of like you're making yourself think, did Natsu really go half dragon? Because he felt like he did, and we saw that he did, but it was also doing that back and forth. Is he really? Is he not? But as he was fighting, you know, he was dragging, he was doing all these crazy things. And then one of the kind of like, one of the bittersweet moments was when Animus just falls and he's like, oh, you're. And now she's like, shut up, I'm not that. We don't got time for that. It's useless in the final arc anyway. You know, Animus referring to Natsu as END, which, you know, we all know just got tossed out the window. Was a worthless mention, in all honesty. But yeah, overall the movie, even though some plot points that I didn't like, and just like as generic as you could say as a fairy tale movie could go, it was a good movie. It was enjoyable. It was a fun ride. Fan service, animation, the story-wise, just overall the fight scenes were fun to watch. And Hiro Mashima said even though he wanted people to cry in the first movie. You know, it wasn't exactly the happiest of endings in the first movie, which I really liked. It took a different take in the fairy tale direction. It took fairy tale in a different direction. Bleh. And this one, he just wanted an action-packed, fun battle, and that's what we got. It was action-packed. It was fun. It was a good watch. And yeah, I left the movie satisfied. It was awesome. I would say it's badass. And that ending, well, we saw our first look at Akinologia animated in human form. And we could see a little bit of his backstory. And if you recall, in the last like 2, maybe 3 chapters, Acnologia mentioned that all dragons are evil. They killed a little girl and yada yada. And we find out, more than likely, it ties in. Acnologia and this little girl he's talking about is Stella. Because when Stella wandered and stumbled upon the dragons or whatever that were under the dragon graveyard, what would be the dragon graveyard, you know, they just toyed with her, pretty much bully her near death and whatnot. And, you know, she was pretty much on the brink of death, so Acnologia just felt like he felt sorry for her and pretty much wasted the dragons. Oof. Yeah. Acnologia. Such a beast, but you got done dirty. And Stella, you know, being taken over by Animus, we find out that connection right there. That little also connection between Acnologia and how things went down. And we saw a glimpse of Brandish and Invil with Zareth, pretty much indicating that's going to tie into the anime. It was good nods to the manga and saying, hey, we'll be back soon, don't worry about it. It was a good nod, good movie, fun time. It was fun. Obviously, if you're a fan of Fairy Tail, you're going to watch this. If it's just like a random movie you came across and you're just like, huh, if I sold it to you enough, well, good on you too. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Fairy Tail Dragon Cry, the second Fairy Tail movie. Fun ride, fun watch. Not groundbreaking or anything, but just Fairy Tail being Fairy Tail. Yeah, go watch it. Either way, that's just my thoughts on it. That's what I took from it. It was fun. Man, that's just sound like I'm repeating myself. Anyway, this is Nigeria Sakura signing out. Later.